Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lexi, and in today's video it's another episode of Kinks 101. If it's your first episode of Kinks 101, basically I'm bringing you guys back to the basics of natural hair, kinky hair, curly hair care. Okay, that was bars. I don't know if it was or not, but whatever. Kinks 101, here we are talking about breakage. Why your hair is breaking. Why does natural hair break? Let's get into it. So we're just gonna jump right in, no need for long talking. When it comes to natural hair and breakage, I think that we all experience it every now and again or at some point in our journeys, or maybe even right now. And there are several reasons that that could be happening to you, and you're not like alone in this. I've experienced breakage. I have breakage happens to me all the time to this day. Like, it is a part of the journey. So the first thing that you should be considering when talking about breakage is dryness, or just any type of deficiency when it comes to your hair. That could be protein and it could be moisture. A lot of times we're mainly lacking moisture, but some people could be lacking protein as well. If you want to see a more detailed video on how to tell if your hair is lacking protein versus moisture, leave a comment down below and let me know. But basically your hair just could be lacking, like I said, either protein or moisture. For most people it's going to be moisture. So dryness definitely contributes to breakage. If your hair is dry, it's brittle, it breaks off. Keeping your hair moisturized properly and often, like all of the time, plays a huge part in your hair not breaking. The next thing that I think that we all kind of understand is over manipulation, or just poor manipulation. So we're talking about poor tools like combs and brushes and scrunchies and bands and clips, different things that contribute to your hair physically breaking off because of what you're doing to it. So like I said before, brushes, combs, certain clips, certain bands, all those things contribute to breakage. So if you're having breakage in a certain spot or a certain area, you need to look and assess and see what you're doing that is affecting your hair coming off in those spots. For me and my hair personally, I noticed that this section, of my hair tends to be the driest and have the most breakage. So I have to show that section of my hair more love. I don't always do that. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm just not even focusing on it, and I'll see that it's shorter and just drier and more brittle in those areas. And I'm sure that we all have spots on our hair that need TLC, need a little bit more love. So if you're aware of those things, that can help eliminate the breakage that is just common in those areas, if that makes sense. Another reason, and I think a lot of naturals experience breakage because of heat, overuse of heat. Now, if you follow my channel and you're a part of the KandidKinks family, which you should be, you know that I don't really do heat that often. I live in a very humid city, so heat and straightening my hair just doesn't really make sense. It never lasts long. But even if I live somewhere that could withstand a straight style for more than a couple of days, you shouldn't be doing it too often. Some people say every year, like once a year. Some people do every 6 months. Talk to a stylist, see what works for your hair texture, your hair thickness. All that stuff plays a part into how your hair can handle heat. Not my lane. But it's really important just to understand that heat can definitely affect your hair and break your hair. Even if you don't get heat damage, heat can be very drying to the hair. So once again, if your hair is dry, it can break. And oftentimes we blow dry our hair, we straighten our hair without properly moisturizing it, and that definitely contributes to dryness and to breakage. It's all one big cycle. Heat is a major factor for a lot of people when it comes to breakage. So this next tip is very personal to me. I feel like I've dealt with this, and I'm sure you guys have as well, and that's sticking to a routine that is not working for you. Using products that just aren't doing much for you. I mean, they aren't moisturizing your hair adequately. They don't have good slips. You're just ripping through your hair trying to do the style. They just don't work for your hair, and you keep using it because you have it, or you saw somebody else use it, or whatever the case is, and maybe you used to like it because things change, and that can also contribute to breakage because you're sticking to a routine that's just wasting time, wasting time. Give it to somebody else, return it, get rid of it. because it's not working for you. And y'all know I could not make a video talking about breakage without talking about trimming. Trimming is my favorite subject, okay? I've been in the house for about 5 months now, like probably most of you guys, and I need a trim. So I probably will do that with you guys on camera. I haven't trimmed my own hair in about 2 years or so. I found a great stylist that I love, but I'm not really planning on going to her right now because of quarantine, all stuff like that, because I live in a city that the numbers are high, okay? So with all that being said, I'm probably gonna trim my hair with you guys on camera. I've noticed a big difference in how it looks and feels because it needs a trim. Trimming is essential when it comes to breakage, because when your ends are damaged and old and tired and raggedy and whatever other words you want to call it, and they need to be trimmed and they have a split, right? Usually they have a split or not, depending on what's happening with your hair. That split will travel up that strand and do like this and cause further breakage. If you cut off that split before it gets higher up the shaft, you can save more of your hair. So definitely be trimming your hair on a regular basis, especially if you have breakage issues. Trimming is, you know, you get it, I know you do. Another thing that I want to talk about is just sticking to a routine, right? Like a method that is not working for you. So for me, that could be wash and goes. I don't like wash and goes. I don't do wash and goes, but I might feel like, hey, why not try a wash and go every single week, even though I get single strand knots and more breakage and drier hair. I want to wash and go, so I'm just gonna keep wash and going every single week and then end up with a disaster on my head, because I'm gonna have a lot more breakage than I would have if I stuck to styles like these and twist styles, keeping my hair protected, just doing what I know and I've learned works for my hair, which obviously leads to just understanding what works for your hair. Because if you did, all the other factors would not contribute to breakage, if that makes sense. So these next two things go hand in hand. These are things that aren't often talked about when it comes to hair health and all these things, but stress and diet. Stress and diet, meaning your mental and your physical health, play a huge part in the health of your hair, skin, and nails. Because since I've been in quarantine, I've been having more breakouts, I've been more stressed out, more digestive issues. Things manifest in the body in different ways. And this is a very important topic and tip within the breakage realm, because a lot of people have hair issues due to certain underlying issues in the body, due to stress and various things, right? If you have an undiagnosed underlying issue, you don't know about it, and you just simply cannot figure out why your hair is breaking, go and see someone and talk to someone like a doctor, obviously, and get their professional advice, because only so much that YouTube and the internet can provide for you, especially if you tried all of the things that I'm talking about and stuff like that, right? You get me? Okay, cool. If you don't have any underlying health issues, stress and diet are going to affect your hair. Point blank, period. There's nothing else to talk about, right? So if you're eating like crap and you're stressed out and you're overworked or you're underworked and you're having a hard time because we're in a pandemic, or even before the pandemic you were having breakage issues, stress definitely contributes to hair loss, 100%. It can contribute to brittle hair, it can contribute to dryness, all those things. And it does play a part, just like your diet plays a huge part in your hair, skin, and nails. It's the same thing. So honestly, I find that kind of tapping into myself and seeing what's going on, seeing how I'm really holding up with whatever my life is doing at the moment, plays a huge part. I can notice why my skin is acting up. I can peep why my scalp feels super dry. If I'm not drinking enough water, my scalp is telling me, you know? It's like really tapping into the entire body as a whole, as opposed to focusing solely on your hair or only on your skin or only on your nails or whatever the case is, because it really all is a machine, and like a well-oiled machine, it works in tandem. So if you're treating one thing like your dryness on your scalp, but your skin is also dry, or your elbows and your feet are dry because if I'm dry all over. That's a personal thing. Like, I have dry feet, dry elbows, dry, you know, hair, scalp, like it just all comes together. So kind of pay attention, tap in, tap in, and see what you can do, you know, to alleviate those issues. So I talked about all of these things, and before I go, I kind of want to just give a little bit of moisture tips. I talk about moisture a lot on this channel because moisture is essential, right? So basic moisture tips that I can give you guys on your way out if you are a new natural or struggling natural or just want to hear my tips, okay? Deep condition weekly, and deep condition freshly washed, cleansed hair. Game changer. Steam your hair. If you do not have a steamer, I use the steam from my shower. I take a hot shower and I apply conditioner. Let that really soak in. Steam is really good if your hair is dry, and if you have low porosity hair, steam is going to help lift up your cuticles and push that moisture into those strands, which will keep your hair softer and moisturized for longer than without the steam. If you don't want to use steam, you know, you don't have a steamer or whatever the case is, steamers are great though, just so you know. You can go ahead and do heat deep conditioning. So apply your deep conditioner, then put on a plastic cap and put on a towel just to add some warmth, or put the dryer over that plastic cap and just add that warmth to the hair. Even for 15-20 minutes is really all you need to help that moisturizing conditioner penetrate your strands further. After you rinse out conditioner or whatever step of your routine you want to put it in, use an oil to seal in whatever moisture you apply to your hair. For me, using oil as a sealant helps the moisture maintain in my hair for longer, which lessens the chance of me having dryness. Got it? And one thing that I like to do on a personal level is keep my hair tucked away if I'm not stressed out, because I've been like all over the place, honey. So I've been having my puff for like 3 and 4 extra days past wash day because it's stressful out here in coronavirus times. I'm sure you know it yourself. But if I'm on top of my game, today was wash day. This is a freshly washed and moisturized head of hair, honey. Just today, I just put my hair in some chunky twists and put it away. This is going to keep my hair moisturized, keep my hair protected, keep my hair out of the way, cute. Thank you. All of the above. And I'm gonna end the video here by saying, if all else fails, please go see a stylist. If you have access and if you feel safe because of the virus or whatever the case is, go see a stylist and have a candid conversation about the state of your hair, what you're using, what you're not using, how you're doing it, and have them really give you an assessment. You know, have them give you tips, tricks, treatments, all of the above. So before you leave, if you watch the entire video, go ahead and join the KandidKinks family by subscribing. Like, click the bell because we post every single Sunday and Wednesday, and give the video a thumbs up on your way out. It helps me more than you know. Before I go, again, I want to tell you guys, these earrings that I'm wearing today are from my shop, formykinks.com. I launched some earrings and I launched some new colors of my kinky curly U shirt. I'll put it on the screen so you can peep. Hit the link down below if you want to shop and support my little store. We're doing so well. Follow us on Instagram at formykinks and me at KandidKinks. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. The video is over. Thanks for watching. I hope that it was helpful. Let me know down below if it was, and let me know any other ideas you might have for the Kinks 101 series. Bye guys.